Are we live? We look good. How do we sound? I think we're live. Broadcast created. Good day, good day. Take 3, take 4. I don't know, but I'm glad we were able to work through that. Thanks for joining in, fam. Sunday, May 24th here. Let's just double check that we actually do have the audio working. We had a few hiccups there. Sounds beautiful. Crispy. Amazing. We're going to get this into the chat as well. So if you're tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. If you have any questions on clipping, this is what it's all about. Obviously, you know, if you're tuning in here today, you're smart. First of all, caught me off guard just like that. Obviously, most people think social media nowadays is just about scrolling and posting. It is not. We're talking about the distribution layer of the internet today and talking about how clipping is without a doubt the cheapest arbitrage opportunity that anyone has on the internet right now. If you're a clipper or you want to become a clipper and you want to make money, this is it. Tune in. I'm going to talk to you about how to clip, best practices, how to get started, how to make an extra couple $100 to even a couple $1,000 a month based on how much hustle you got and how good you are. There's no gatekeeping here, so I'm here to help you out. My name is Dan. Obviously, you're here because you're probably interested in clipping. I guarantee it. Um, if you have any questions, we're here to guide you along the way. I'm here to talk a little bit about clipper.com and how you can get started. So, I got a little experience in clipping, little experience in video editing. I've been doing content creation for about 10 years now. Been doing video editing for, the better part of 10 years. I've probably used every piece of software. I've probably used every device as well to capture it. Right now we're recording on a DJI Osmo Vertical here. We've got our nice widescreen goodness on our Canon R6. But I've used my phone. My first few vlogs back in 2016 was actually back with, I believe, an iPhone 6 Pro S, iPhone 6S. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to get this in the chat. If you have any questions, now's your opportunity to pop it below. And we're going to talk about how you can hack attention and how you can make a little bit of cash here. So if you are enjoying this and you want to share it with anybody, I would appreciate you quote reposting this up and popping it all over the timeline. We're going to share some goodness here today and some gold because like I said already, no gatekeeping. So let's get this posted here. We got no intern today, so we're running on our own. I've got a few clips to share of my own. Maybe you guys can notice the difference or not. We're going to talk about what makes a good clip. I'm going to talk about how to kind of help you out along this way here, but give me a moment here. And we got this rocking in the timeline now. Good? I think so. Let's double check. Make sure that dropped in the timeline. Bam, we're live still. That's good. If you're tuning in live, let me know where you're tuning in from. There we go. Beautiful. Now that's going to be in the chat. Like I said, my name is Dan. I'm here to help you understand the distribution layer of the internet. And if any of my content has helped you, or if this stream has helped in just a little bit, make sure you're tagging a creator. Even tag your favorite brand as well that you think deserves more attention with the attention game that we're in right now. Make sure as well you're following Danisdriven across all platforms. I am in the process of scaling my YouTube, so I would appreciate a follow on up there. And today we're going to talk about obviously clipping, how clipping is not just video editing, how it's kind of the modern day way of pushing attention, distributing attention, and at the end of the day, buying that distribution layer of the internet as well. So, If you have any questions, let me know, because I think this is a very important time in the attention game. And I think for creators, there's an important time to get more attention to your brand. I also think for um, brands as well, it's a great way to get the word out there, whether you've got a course that you're launching, whether you've got a big person that you want to get the attention of, maybe you're doing a podcast with, whether you've got a fight coming up and you want to do a product placement for a specific product as well. There's many ways to do it. So we're going to talk about that. I want to give a quick shout out to the amazing people at clipper.com, the co-founders. That's Faded and Simon as well. Go follow them up. Make sure you're following up the Clipper site too. So that's CLIPUR.com. And why don't we just pop it up here, because we can as well. And I think that's a cool way to do it. Is this over here? No, it's not. We'll get it over here for you guys. But if you have any questions on clipping, now would be the time to ask it. As I'm bringing this up here, I had someone that asked me kind of an indirect question about, and I think it's a great one to answer, how you get good at editing. And I really would say the best way to get good at editing, honestly, is to do it. Get in the reps as much as possible. If you're not editing on a frequent basis, whether it be widescreen, long form, whether it be vertical as well, right? You can shoot this way. You can also shoot this way too. But all of these things are important. If you're shooting this way, um, you have to frame it differently. If you're shooting this way, obviously you're framing it differently. If you have the opportunity to shoot both as well, it's a great way to capture different mediums, and you're popping it into an editor and you're clipping it up and you're pushing it out there. As I'm bringing up clipper.com here and talking about getting better at video editing, is just practicing and getting in the reps. If I could go back to my first videos to now, there's a tremendous improvement. If I can even go back to videos from 6 months ago, I know there's an improvement. So for any of you that want to get involved in this opportunity, I think the biggest thing for you is just getting in the reps as frequently as you can. So let's bring up clipper.com, because I wanted to talk about them first. How do we bring that up? Bring it there. No, we bring it there. We bring it there. Yeah, we bring it. Awesome. Amazing. So clipper.com, we've got right here. You can run campaigns with vetted clippers. So if you are a brand, you are a creator, you have something that you want to launch, utilizing this method of distribution is phenomenal, in a sense that we've got vetted clippers. All you're going to do, like, I know it sounds simple, but this is the easiest way to do it. You're going to set a budget, define your goals or guidelines, and you're going to publish a campaign with our vetted clipper network. Those clippers are then going to create and submit short form content. We have manual audits on them as well. You can always, approve or request revisions, but likely speaking, you're going to approve 100% of the clips that we push forward, because we've got a proven system for it, or Clipper does have a proven system. You're also only paying for verified impressions. We've got an AI system and a tracking system to avoid just bot impressions as well. We are a quality-based company, and it is all on real impressions only. So there are a lot of trusted brands that have also worked with Clipper too. You may have heard of Jupiter Exchange. You may have heard of Pump.Fun. There are a lot of big brands that are in the DMs of Clipper that are trying to access this layer of attention. So I think it's tremendously beneficial for you to hop on it. Go hit up clipper.com. If you are a Clipper, you can register there. If you are a brand and you have any inquiries, obviously hit me up. That would be the best way to do it. Hit me up. Let me know with your questions. Basically, I want to know what your goals are, what your overall needs are, and what your budget is. Identifying those are really important. So your goals, let's say you've got a campaign coming up and you want to sell it out, or let's say you've got a pre-sale coming up and you want to get registrations, or let's say you just have a newsletter and you want to get more people signing up for it. Those are all goals. Great. Your needs, obviously, at the end of the day, you want to get a good ad spend out there. You want to get the attention out there. We can, based on what your budget is, get you. I never want to guarantee it, but um, I can provide you with case studies. You're going to get tens of millions of impressions if you can allocate a adequate budget to get enough clippers with volume to push your content out there. So we have 600 plus active clippers who are vetted and getting 200 clips out there, whether it be X, TikTok, Instagram, wherever. That's the best way to do it. But identifying what your budget is, I like to say looking at about 3 to 5K is ideal for a campaign to get started with. The more budget, obviously, that allows us to allocate more towards attention and give you that aha moment that you realize that this is so important, and you realize that you can get proven results by paying a little bit more, or paying um, to where your goals and your needs actually match. A lot of the times your needs and your goals don't match, and your budget is usually the deciding factor of that. But a couple little things on Clipper, obviously hitting billion plus verified impressions, which is amazing, up 127% this quarter. We are accepting new applications for vetted clippers. You essentially get paid immediately. We've got amazing guidelines for it, so we can always do that. We've got industry leading rates as well, about a $2 average CPM too. So if you do want to launch a campaign, you can reach out to me anytime. I can get you started, or hit on clipper.com and we can get you going through the process. So as well, this this live stream, I guess, has no brand sponsor. If you want to be a brand sponsor, you can obviously see here how you can be a brand sponsor. It's really simple. I put your brand right here. I talk about your brand. We incorporate it maybe in an activation. We then can clip it up, and we can get more attention out there. So if you are a brand that wants to more or less take advantage of these live stream situations, and you want to get your brand out there in a very, I'm going to say it, genuine way, because it's very hard to get out in a genuine way. If you want to do that, this kind of is the best way to do it in terms of engaging creators and engaging this space. But I will leave that for another way, because I'm really here to get the attention out about clipping, and I'm really here to help creators as well learn about clipping. So I want to talk a little bit about clipping. I'm going to bring up some of my clips as well. And what I've kind of realized is speed matters with clipping. We're talking the people that are watching it. We're also talking for you as a clipper to push it forward. So you want to get things moving as fast as possible when you've got a clip. So don't hesitate on it. Get into your video editor, however you do it, and get going on the speed. When you realize someone's watching a clip, especially as a vertical clip, you know attention is the biggest thing. When they're doing this, what is actually going to get them to stop scrolling while they're going through this? Generally speaking, it's a really strong hook, and after 4 seconds, you see a massive drop off. So you want to talk about creating dynamic captions as a video editor, having a lot of emphasis words as well. So if there's someone that's talking, emphasis words, maybe you zoom in or keyframe in or jump cut in. And at the end of the day, it's all about the readability of it. So captions, I think, are a non-negotiable. Make sure as well to remove a lot of those filler words. If someone says and ah, you can put that in a caption editor and remove those really fast. I think that's something that a lot of clippers that I see forget about. So the readability of it is massive, the pacing is massive, dynamic captions is massive, and the emphasis words that you're zooming in on that or creating the emphasis around it, so important. Those are the biggest things when I'm looking about how to make better clips. Um, when you're looking at clipping, speed is essential. You can edit on your phone, and I've done it. I can edit on my phone. I don't like it. I prefer a desktop setup because what that allows me to do and what I've actually seen in clipping campaigns is you can you can scroll in to the frame or the half frame. So if there's something you want to clip out, there's something you want to really, really emphasize or really, really hone in on, because not only every second matters, but within every second, you've got 24 frames. So every frame matters within that clip. So you want to be sure that you're staying on top of it. I really like a desktop setup. You can use CapCut, you can use Final Cut Pro, you can use Adobe, you can use DaVinci Resolve. There's a lot of, even iMovie as well, which comes pre-installed on Mac. You can utilize for clipping. So anything works. The best thing is just to get in the reps and clip up as much as you can, and practice, practice, practice overall. What else can I tell you about clipping? I I really want to hone in on that like headline hook in that first 4 seconds, because realistically, like, if your first line sucks, the clip kind of dies. And I've seen that a lot. Even if your first line is amazing, and even if your clip is like brilliant, I've seen curated clips. I've done curated clips where we've had multiple people work on refining a script where we've spent more than a half day filming it and it bombs. But then I've also seen a clip that I wasn't even going to post that's just like a short little snippet that I think is at like 12,000 views in a day or so. Um, so nobody wants to hear this, but everything matters. The curated content matters. The long form content matters. The short clips matter. Everything matters when you do it. So don't set yourself up for failure by having the first line suck in a clip. Um, I don't know. I just think that's important overall. So examples of like things that can get attention is like, this is why most creators stay broke. Like, move your hands, get going. So if you are talking with someone that you want to get a clip going with, maybe you're staging it to get a few specific payoffs for that live stream or the widescreen content that you want to clip up. Maybe you're talking about, this changed my business overnight, right? Or this one thing changed everything for me. Or nobody wants to hear this, but all of those great hooks overall, right? Uh, what else can I give for clips? Um, a lot of times clippers put too much into a clip. One clip is kind of like one thought idea, right? One clip is one thought idea. And what I mean by that is clips and clippers will put in 14 ideas into a clip just because they want to do more. But the reality behind it is less is more with this. You want to get less going on for it. And you want to really, excuse me, almost feel like the clip isn't even done yet. Now, the best clips are almost those unfinished clips that are really like highly curated, really high attention to detail, but almost like not finished intentionally. Those are the ones that really, really get going. Nice. I've seen a few people sharing it up. Thank you, Emmy. I know Emmy is a Web3 clipper, has over 100 clips on Web3 projects. Definitely check him out. And I have directed him towards clipper.com. So we're always looking for good quality clippers like that. Back on to what I was talking about. So doing too much into one clip, like too much conversations. So there's a fine line between having like a whole bunch of graphics and B-roll, having those talking points, having those zoom ins, having those captions all around the screen and making it feel unfinished, but also intentional, right? How do you actually do that? And it just, again, comes from practice, right? So if it takes like 10 or 15 seconds to get into the clip, that clip is already dead. By 10 or 15 seconds, not only do you want to have the hook done, you want to have the what's in it for me done. You want to ask a question, and then you want to continue on the thought and almost have the loop ready to go in that 10 to 15 seconds, even wrapping it up in the 15 to 20 seconds. So everything matters when you're getting a clip going, and the pacing, the style of it, everything comes down to you as a clipper practicing that. And the more you practice that, the better quality clips you're going to be able to push forward, right? I'm going to bring up a example of a couple of my clips as well. If you have any specific questions, I will do a Q&A too, so pop those questions up there and I'd be happy to answer them for you. Let's go into my profile here. What do we got for you guys? If you are pulling up, let me know where you're pulling up from. Let me know where you're pulling up from in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. This is actually a photo of Hong Kong, on Hong Kong Island. I snapped back in 2018. One of my favorite shots. And if you know how busy Hong Kong is, snapping a shot with like virtually nobody on the street, rare. Very rare air. Okay, let's talk about clipping. So, first of all, does the device you're clipping on matter? Meaning, like, you're capturing, does the device you're capturing content on matter? No. Can be your phone, can be DJI Osmo, can be a nice camera. It doesn't matter. And I bet you probably couldn't tell here which is shot on which, and I can go through that for you as well. But this one shot on a DJI Osmo in a few different lighting situations that just played havoc. Like that shot, I hate, but it was part of it. Um, so with this clip, again, we've got attention every few seconds. We've got zoom ins. We've got some jump cuts. We've got captions on it. If you notice in the first, right off the bat, I'm zoomed in and we do a zoom out with motion blur. Then we've got captions in a very dynamic way across the screen. We now cut away in a few seconds. This one's loaded with attention, right? This is a great clip in the sense of maintaining attention throughout the way. Is it the best like cinematic clip? Absolutely not. Do I really like it? No, but it hits and it works well. So we've got a few views on it. We've got a few discussions on it. The audio is great on it. We've got a little bit of music on it as well. I believe so. Check the clip out, give me some feedback on it. But again, I would say that's kind of like a B+ clip. We've got a good amount of what we need. It just could be refined a little bit better for a great clip. That said, you get 50 to 100 of these clips across the internet. That's how you win the distribution layer of the internet. We can utilize a clip like this to essentially program LLMs. So if you are a CEO, you are a content creator, you want to get attention out in a specific topic, we utilize the distribution layer of the internet to train the LLMs to do it for you. So here's an example of a clip if you are a clipper. Here's an example of a clip if you are a brand as well. And if you are a brand wanting more talking head content, wanting someone like me or another Web3 creator to do it that just looks a little nicer than me, I'm happy to facilitate that. I'm happy to engage in that discussion, whether it be myself or I've got a network of phenomenal and more beautiful people than me that can always talk on behalf of your brand. So hit me up anytime. There we are on the live here. Beautiful, amazing, good. If you have any questions on it, pull on up here to the chat. And this will now live on my timeline. So you have any questions on it, it will always be there. That's the amazing part about going live. And that's the amazing part about content. You could take one widescreen version of content like this and clip it up into 50 or 100 pieces of content that you can utilize the distribution engine to get out there. I can't stress enough how important this short form content is to get out there. And I can't stress, if you're a business owner or you are a brand or you are someone who wants to really, really get some more attention out there for your product or for your launch, this is the way to do it. So it's here. It will always be there. If you have any questions, pop it there and I will be happy to answer it. Here's another one. This is a great clip, actually. Someone asked me on the quality of it. This was actually filmed with my phone. You have that cinematic mode on your phone. Utilize it. 24 frames per second. I really, really like it. Nice little color grade on it, but same sort of style here. 22 seconds on it. We get the attention right away by walking into it. Dynamic captions, then a hard clip. Then we get some movement on it. We've got captions throughout as well. A great way of getting attention, talking about something, and pushing it forward. So that is an example, I would say, again, B clip, maybe even A clip, but not filmed with anything special. And that's what I want to show you. Like this phone right here, film that. Good lighting, good audio, and some sort of device to capture it makes a difference. If I would have turned that around 180 degrees, it would have been a way poorer image because the light would have been a lot harsher and it just wouldn't have worked. So it makes a difference. You don't have to have, and I'm going to show you here. Now I've got in this video, this is like, where's the clip here? Before we blow you guys away with numbers, we've got a clip here that I popped up on the internet that was, did I even pop it up? Oh yeah, this one. Okay. So this is with like my actual camera, my big camera. So this is a professional camera, professional lens. Hopefully my wifey's not listening, but like a $6,000 setup. Is it any better? I don't know. You guys decide. It allows me to shoot in harsh lighting with no issues because I'm using an ND filter and all of those things. But is it that much better of a clip? Definitely not. Do people notice? No. People notice if it's a garbage clip. People will notice if it's got bad audio. They're not going to notice if it's like they're not going to buy from you if it's amazing, right? So couple examples here of clips. None of them great. Maybe B, B plus, maybe even A, whatever you want to call it. But the biggest thing is getting the attention out there. Now I want to talk about like how amazing this distribution layer does for it. Shout out to Aiden from Hey Beluga and the Hey Beluga team. They interviewed Luca Netz the other day. That was on Friday. And something like this did a clipping campaign on nearly 300,000 views. And I look forward to seeing what the actual clips deliver because I've been seeing them all throughout the timeline as well. So that is an example of if you have someone coming onto your podcast or you have a discussion that's coming up, there's a way to take that long form content, put it into vertical clips and push it out there in a big way. So looking forward to seeing the numbers from that. But, you know, when we go on to the Beluga here, what do we got? When we go on to this, what do we got for the numbers on this one? Beluga. That got 1.2 million impressions so far, and like I said, coming up on 300,000 views on the actual stream. So it's a great way to get attention. And when you're looking at cost that you're paying for versus what you're actually getting out there, there's virtually nothing that can compete. Like nothing that can even come remotely close. And I think this is a big opportunity for a Web 2 brand or even a Web 3 brand. If you're looking at doing traditional advertising, or every time I see it or hear it, radio, or see it on billboards or see it on traditional ads, I get there's a place for it, but if you're looking at putting better attention, better conversions toward the money that you're spending, there's no better value than clipping out there. And I'd love for someone to bring up a case study of a way that they can get this much attention and these many these many this amount of conversions for a brand. And I've got some case studies that I can always show you that are absolutely astounding here. So um, that's my little plug for clipping, and that's my little help for, or big help actually, for the clippers out there. Because like I said, there's no gatekeeping here. I want to help more clippers out there. I want to help more brands put like their ad spend like to good use here. Ads are losing effectiveness. Nobody wants to be sold, but much like you can see with this little like ad, how do I even do this? There, much like you can see with this, that is a great and inexpensive way to get your brand out there for a specific period of time and engage in a genuine conversation. Why it works, maybe what it can be improved on, all of those aspects of it. And at the end of the day, this is just me talking to the camera like a buddy. And that's why this form of content is so beneficial. And you will see so much better conversions on it than traditional ad spend, because nobody wants to be sold to anything. And people are tired of paying that traditional money for ad spend. People are also tired now of paying influencers for like a one off post that doesn't convert. What people could spend on a clipping campaign is maybe even half of what you would spend for an influencer. And I beg to argue, or I would like to argue with you, or bring some compelling evidence to me that shows you that you're not getting a rug pull. Like a clipping campaign that you're spending 3, 5, 10 grand on, you're going to get hundreds of clips and you're going to get millions of impressions, versus an activation with a influencer or a KOL that you're spending 10 to 25K for a single post, and it's crickets on that post, and it's likely farmed for that post. It's likely got bots on it, and it's not getting any engagement. So there's a big difference with that. Um, I get emotional about it. I think there's just some aspect of this creation economy that we're in and this distribution way that is so important. So I want to kind of end in a little bit of a motivational, inspirational way that if you are a clipper, start before you're ready. If you are a content creator, get a campaign going before you're ready. If you are a brand, document everything that you're doing. Get some widescreen content going. Phone calls that you're having, record this content. Utilize your phone content. Get a whole bunch of stuff, because documenting the whole process is what it's all about. Getting in the reps is what it's all about. And the consistency is what's going to reward you on the timeline. So, brands, creators, clippers, you need to get out there and just start pushing your content. Um, I would again have a hot take saying like the internet really doesn't reward creators more than it does right now. But at the end of the day, attention isn't going to go to the best anymore. And some would argue and say it never has. It's going to go to the people willing to distribute that message or their content relentlessly. If you're not doing that, you're tying your hands behind your back and you're trying to put something forward that it's just not going to work. Let's be honest. I This is the tough conversation you need to hear. So let's do this properly. Let's invest as a brand into proper distribution and get the results that you want. And if you're a clipper or you're someone who's just wanting to make a breakthrough or make a little bit more money, uh, I urge you to start clipping now, because once big brands like the NBA and Coke and Pepsi and all those brands realize how they can get ahead of that distribution layer, it's all game over. So for right now, learn it, get ahead of it, get in the reps. there's no guarantee, but I urge you, whether you're a brand or a creator or you're a clipper, you're going to win in this industry. So get on it, get going on it. Thank you guys for tuning in to this. Again, if this has provided you any value along the way, tag someone to tune into this. If you would like to, I would love for you to follow on up here. I've been trying to share on my timeline a lot of what's going on in my world, but also showing you guys a lot of how you can leverage attention here. You can make more money on the internet. So if that has provided you any value, you've learned something from it, comment on this stream, tag someone below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today. If you would like me to do more streams like this or update you on all the news on clipping, let me know and we will push it out there maybe on a more regular basis. So we'll see you guys in another upload. Thank you again for tuning in. Happy Sunday. Enjoy your May 24th. This was a good one. Cheers.